This week we are discussing the Logan Paul CryptoZoo scam. Surprise, surprise, yet another influencer, YouTuber, NFT, crypto project scam. Are we even surprised at this point? I'm not. Coffeezilla done a fantastic video on the whole drama. He delved into it, and it's a really good video, which gives us a lot of information to cover. So we are going to play some clips of key points from his investigations, and then me and Carl are going to discuss them for your entertainment.
All right, guys. So first up, the clip we are going to run and then discuss is going to be the initial investment into Logan Paul's CryptoZoo game. The fact that Logan Paul is clearly not a crypto guru, so for him to get the investment in the first place, mad. The game being launched and failing from the very beginning, and then still being put up for an entire year while it's still broken. Logan Paul going into hibernation when the game doesn't work and people start questioning the legitimacy of how the game's supposed to run, and the beginning of the blame game. So, yeah.
I know, it sounds stupid to buy an influencer project, but you have to understand, people saw Logan as different.
It was Logan Paul at the end of the day. An internet personality that I actually trusted, that I actually kind of believed in.
And it's not handmade at all. It's not even original. It's what's called a fork, a copy of, some other code that exists out there. One of them is called Floki Shib X, which launched before it. So where'd this $1 million go? I didn't understand.
My name is Rob, Helicopter Bob, lost just under $7,000 with CryptoZoo.
And the first thing I asked Bob was about his animals. If he was making money with CryptoZoo, how much he made, and if the passive yield worked.
Oh, it never did from the beginning. It wasn't even written into the contract where it showed that you were actually yielding Zoo, but there was nothing that was actually, backing that up. There was no way to claim your yield.
But it even gets worse because I kept talking to people and I discovered something. Because remember I told you could buy eggs with those Zoo coins? Well, apparently they also made it so you could buy them with Ethereum. And on the day of selling, about half of these purchases took place with Ethereum. Only it turns out for the people who spent ETH, not only did the yield part of it not work, did the NFTs not pay you, you also couldn't even hatch them. Wow. So on launch day, basically nothing worked. And a year later, that's still true. Now, after this was discovered, the price of Zoo fell 63% in just 24 hours. And at this point, Logan Paul basically goes silent on CryptoZoo. No more podcast mentions, no more saying he handmade art. CryptoZoo already got millions in investments, but Logan only speaks in the Discord twice over the next year.
Carl, the first thing I want to touch on is why on earth would you make an investment based on an influencer and not somebody like a crypto guru? It's like, look at it from a normal point of view, right? You got money to invest, right? In a business. Do you invest in a business made by Harry Kane? Harry Kane's doing a crypto project, yeah? Or do you invest in a project with somebody that's been working in the crypto space for like the last 5 years? They're very well known in the industry. They know what they're talking about. You know you're not going to lose your arsehole.
Yeah, well, logically, you would do the latter.
Yes.
You would do your research before you start throwing money at a new project. And the fact that people are so easily influenced, clearly they're fans of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Because it's like they haven't even thought about that aspect. The fact that he has no knowledge of crypto.
He does have some
whatsoever.
knowledge. he scammed everyone on his last coin. So, what do you expect? What do you expect investing in
They've
it?
done no research about like who his like team are, who's like backing him.
No,
He's
just him and his team.
They've literally just gone down the casino and blind gambled.
Yeah, not even knowing knowing what game they're playing. They're like red, and they're playing like blackjack.
Yeah, it baffles me. Like, it just proves how you don't do your due diligence.
Yeah, exactly.
You're willing to throw money at a project that's completely unknown, but you don't do any form of research into what you're putting your money into.
Yeah, and let's be honest. It is a really, really crap looking game.
Yeah, it does look pretty poor. And then he turned around and said that he'd done his own art. None of it was computer generated.
Which I don't get.
That's bull. Complete and utter bull, mate.
Yeah. And
So straight off the bat, as soon as I see when Logan Paul's created his own crypto game,
scam. That's the first thing. Scam.
rising of the eyebrows straight away.
Yeah, like
something's a bit suspicious there.
And the way they talked about it, you thought, oh, this could be like, if he does pull this off, this sounds like a really cool like little project.
Well, it's not even the fact that Logan Paul's doing it. It is, but then it's the word crypto.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear crypto, something is a bit suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're straight away, I don't know.
Like, people haven't even like thrown like a few $100s.
Nah, geezer put down half an M.
$500,000, mate. $500,000.
He must have, if he is an investor in like crypto projects, I would imagine that's a small amount of, like he's got like throwaway money.
Yeah.
But if he hasn't, like most of these people, then you're an idiot.
Yeah, but it's mad the traction that he got before it wasn't even released. And they managed to generate,
ridiculous.
What was it, like I don't even know what the number was, but it's silly amounts of money before the game had even been generated off of a virtual currency that never existed until...
It's just JPEG images of animals. Like, I don't understand the
and
logic
he turns
of
around
this
and goes,
game.
oh, it's like people
Handmade
sat there
art.
for hours creating handmade art.
So what do you...
No,
like,
mate.
all you do in this game is you buy an egg with your money.
Yeah.
You hatch an egg with your money.
Yeah. And then you generate new species or evolutions of animals.
And that's it.
Or you can buy your eggs and then you sell them on...
For money.
Yeah, for games.
But it's not actually a game though, is it? Like you'd think like 3D World.
Well,
play it
not
like
when it
Pokemon.
don't work, no.
Yeah. Which
How
leads
many people have bought all these eggs and then they can't even hatch them?
Which leads us into our next
That's
point.
like buying a car with no engine. Like you just sit there and look at it.
Like, how do you spend all this time developing a game, not even back test it,
a million deep apparently.
Yeah,
because
million.
he believed in it that much.
not even back test it before it launches to make sure that your game actually works?
Yeah.
It all looks like very early on. It all looks like some sort of pyramid scheme, doesn't it?
Yeah, and like as soon as the pyramid scheme is just like
Person at the top profits. That's it.
yeah, like the chances of the investors getting large sums of money out of it is next to zero, bruv. You might make the odd buck, but you're going to be waiting a long time for it if you even do.
Yeah, and then game launches. Game. Oh, surprise, surprise. Are we even surprised? Game does not work.
Madness.
You would come out and you would pause the game as a developer.
Yeah.
And you put out a statement saying, look, guys, really sorry. Something's gone wrong.
It's still going for a year.
Yeah,
How is the game still up for a year?
It's only just been paused.
That's madness. So it hasn't worked for a whole year. And people have still been trying to buy eggs
And play it.
and play the game.
Stupid.
Like it boggles my brain.
Oh, surely, though, you come out, your game don't work, you put out a statement. Logan Paul, nah. Silence.
Well, you see that guy who said that he contacted the support team. And the support team had said that, there's a problem, it's down at the moment, but it'll be up soon.
Yeah.
A year later, it's still not up.
Are they aliens and live forever? That's their definition of soon?
Clearly, there's everyone knows with like new games, there's going to be glitches, there's going to be problems that get solved. But for it to be up for a year, not even take it down, because it's not even like a slight issue, there's a major problem. It doesn't work
At all.
But it, if you
I'm baffled.
you would take the game down, completely take it down.
I would, yeah. I just don't understand. Maybe because people have invested so much money, he's like, right, if I keep my mouth shut, I don't have to take accountability.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Plausible
deniability, yeah.
So if anything goes wrong, he gets sued. He's like, oh, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but that's just it. Like, you don't even. Is he just the face of the company? Like, does he actually have any input or any idea as to how the game is being made or what's being done?
Because you get that with a lot of crypto projects, didn't you? Where so-and-so scammed everyone, but it turns out they were just the face of the project.
Yeah, has he just got a load of yes men behind him going, yeah, this is going to work, yeah, this is like the next biggest thing?
I would imagine most people behind Logan Paul are yes men based on his personality.
Yeah.
100%. There's no way if you said no to Logan Paul, he'd keep you on his team.
But the funny thing is, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, this is.
It's a failed project before it's even started, and this is just the beginning, mate. There is so much more.
A lot.
Like, it literally makes
This is going to take you guys, not 180, not even 360, but 720,000 million degrees in a circle.
Your brain is going to be fried by the end of it.
Trust
There is
me.
many spanners thrown in the works along the way.
I think they're more than spanners. I think they're like T-bone swords thrown in the mix.
Yeah, mate.
Well, that wasn't expected. There's a shady developer who held up Logan's code hostage in Switzerland. That's why this hasn't worked the whole time. He held it hostage for $1 million.
He literally never paid me anything at all, ever. I never paid. And, we got to a point when I was working on it where I just realized they were just going to try to steal all of my work and not pay me. And so I took all the source code private. And I just kind of we spent like a month just trying to negotiate and get something figured out where I would finally get paid. Because I'm on my end, I have a team of 30 engineers. So I'm earning $50,000 a week on building this thing.
According to him, they negotiated a $1 million payday for this whole project. And from the second I heard that, I thought, oh, that's interesting because Logan claims he spent $1 million on this whole thing.
We've been paid nothing. I would have loved to have Zoo, but I don't have any. What kind of promises were made to you? Verbal promises, basically. So verbal promises, and then we followed up with a physical paper agreement. But that's when communication broke down.
Oh, it is getting juicy, my friend.
Spicy.
Juicy. Blame game comments. So, these developers, right, not getting paid.
Yeah, but then whose fault is it, really?
Yeah, no,
Right.
it's a very good point.
There's blame on both sides.
Yep, 100%.
Because, developers aren't stupid guys, right? They're smart people. Well, in certain fields.
These ones clearly are.
There's clearly seems to be lacking a bit of common sense, right? Because any job that you take on, you sign a contract, a paper contract. Yeah?
Yep.
Emphasize paper contract, not verbal agreement. Verbal agreement means
Nothing.
jack shit.
Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely zilch in
A court of law.
Yeah. So it's like if you went and got a fucking if you went and got an extension done on your house, right? And you went and done an extension on somebody's house, you're the builder.
Yeah.
You do the full extension.
Never worked with them before.
Yeah, never worked with them before. Don't pay them a penny. You don't get paid a penny, and then expect. Oh yeah. When the job's all fully done, then I'll pay you.
No.
No. That's not how that one works, mate.
If you were working with someone you've never worked with before, A, you do a paper contract, and B, you would do 50% of funds
Yeah.
upfront
Yeah.
and 50%
Like
due
minimum.
on completion of the project.
Yeah. That's
So-
usually how it works when it's like contractual agreements.
Yeah.
Like you'll have so much put up front and then get final amount
Yeah.
after the job's
Because otherwise, you end up like this dev team burning through 50
Gs a week.
50 Gs.
A week.
50 Gs a week.
That's
Let's just
madness,
make this
mate.
point though. 50 Gs a week, and the geezer ain't even using a custom code. He is using somebody else's code,
the code
as like the spine.
Yeah, the code already existed. They've just modified it to work for the game.
For 50 grand a week.
And then he's taking it hostage and buggered off to Switzerland. Why is it always Switzerland?
Yeah.
Where people that owe people money.
The weird thing is, like, as an
Your
American,
money doesn't exist. It's untouchable.
yeah. The weird thing is, though, as an American, because of Wolf of Wall Street, you can't like just go to Switzerland and be like, oh, you can't touch my money. They've got an agreement with Switzerland that America can get at the money.
Yeah, but he wasn't taking money.
Oh no,
hostage.
he's taking
the code.
intellectual property
Yeah.
hostage.
So how does that work going to Switzerland? You now have the code is hostage. But then the code wasn't his original code.
Yeah, so they could have just gone back to stage one.
They would have just gone. This is where the the lack of knowledge in how it works.
He's kicking in.
Yeah, because otherwise you could just fob off this current development team,
Back to
go
square
and get
one.
the initial code again, and get someone else to come in
Yeah,
and carry on with the project.
it just makes zero.
But then you've got
sense.
Logan Paul coming out and publicly stating that he paid the development team $1 million.
Which he
when
didn't.
Clearly he didn't, which is why they took the code ransom.
Yeah. Where did Logan?
first
Where did
place.
that million go? Was there $1 million?
Well, it definitely didn't go
It
on...
really didn't go to the devs.
Yeah, and it definitely didn't go on the so-called handmade art, i.e. JPEG.
JPEGs from Google Images or stock sites.
But yeah, there's a lot of amateur mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
Surely, as the developer, say you're the developer, right? Let's say you didn't get any agreements, right? You're an idiot, Carl.
Yeah, straight off the bat.
First red flag, can I be paid? Oh, no more communications.
Yeah, that's it. There's all verbal agreements all the way along. Yeah, we'll agree to this, and this. As soon as the word, can I have a paper contract come up,
Or can I be paid?
oh, welcome to your voicemail.
Yeah.
You cannot get hold of
This is
said
what I
person.
don't understand. Like, if you're working on a project, like, oh, hey, can I be paid for some of this? And they're like, sorry, who are you? You'd be like, oh, do you know what? F you.
Yeah, but how long did the development team carry on developing the game
Well, they must
without
have,
being paid before they suddenly realise they're not going to be getting paid?
they must have developed it up to the point where it didn't work, which is quite a lot of work by the looks of it.
Yeah, but that's just it. Did they develop it to the point, then take the code which made the game fail, or did they do such a bad job in the first place? The game wasn't going to work.
It wasn't going to work.
So
We don't know.
yeah,
We don't,
did they create a
spiderweb
bad
gets
game,
even bigger.
or did they sabotage the game?
Mate, if you created that game and it didn't work, you ain't no dev. Get in the bin. That game sucks. All you got to do is open some eggs and you get a picture.
but this is where it goes back to contracts again, because you'll have said things in contracts that say you've got to develop this,
and this is the time frame.
You've got to have a guarantee that the game will work on release, or at least if there's
ain't getting-
glitches, you've got a time frame to fix it.
Or
blah,
you ain't
blah,
getting your
blah.
final 50%.
Yeah,
This is what I don't understand.
but
Were,
this is
were
a
the dev-
multi-million-dollar game.
were the
potential.
developers, did they have stars in their eyes like the investors? And were like, oh, I'm working on a project for
Yeah, but this
Logan
is where
Paul.
it goes back again to Yes Men, or the hype.
Yeah.
Where this got so hyped up by the people backing Logan Paul, it seems like it blinded so many people, the investors, the developers,
Everyone.
everyone
Do you
was
reckon-
blinded by the hype.
Do you reckon there was other devs that were like, yeah, we'll do the project, but here's our payment terms? They were like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I reckon there was. Straight up, mate. But the beginning of the blame game has begun, and
Yeah.
there's been many stupid decisions already,
Yeah.
like straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat, it sounds like there was a lot of shenanigans going on in the background that investors generally didn't know about. Like code being taken hostage, people not being paid.
Yeah, well, this is the problem where you juggle that. Because if the game's failed from the very beginning, and you don't take it down on the potential that it will start working, and then if you take it down completely, you're not going to get any investment. So from a business point of view, you wouldn't take the game down.
You wouldn't even come
but
out and
from
say there's
an ethical
problems.
point of view, you would, because you're conning people out of money knowing full well the game still doesn't work.
Yeah, because the second you come out, bearing in mind, the game's dropped 64%.
Yeah, it's like any
if
investment.
you come out and say, the game...
People aren't going to invest in it.
You're going to lose even more. And if ultimately how you're being paid is through the crypto, you want the crypto as high as possible before even like jumping out as Logan Paul. You want it as high as possible and being like, yeah, fuck this game. And then conning everyone.
So far, it's just been a game of roulette. People have just been throwing money at it and hoping it sticks.
Yeah. And now we get Eddie Ibanez.
This guy, mate, unbelievable. I was like amazed at how stupid some people have been so far, right? But this Eddie Ibanez guy
takes a biscuit.
He's just like,
honestly,
he's good at what he does.
Yeah,
but yeah,
this goes back to our due diligence.
Like, we'll run the clip about Eddie Ibanez, and then we'll discuss it, because you guys
we can't talk more about it without you understanding.
You guys need to understand who this guy is, or try and understand, because
we still can't. We don't know who he is.
If Eddie's such an amazing guy, why didn't he pay developers? And is he really the puppet master behind CryptoZoo? Or is it someone else?
Eddie has told me so many lies over the course of my 2 interviews with him. And the first lie he told me is probably the oldest lie that he's told so many people, which is that he's an orphan.
Did you ever meet his mother or his parents?
I did meet his mother.
Did he ever tell you he was an orphan?
Yes.
How did he square that with you?
So that's why I'm so confused. He told me he was an orphan and all this stuff, and then I meet his mom.
I asked if Eddie Ibanez attended the school, and they confirmed in absolute terms that he never attended MIT.
This is where Eddie shines. He kind of had a gift for getting people to believe in the lies he told. And of course, none of it's true. The Philadelphia Eagles responded to a fact check saying he never worked for their player analysis team.
And did he tell you, I guess, kind of like about like working with the NFL and that kind of stuff and the whole, like his time in the CIA and all that?
He did. And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild, you know, like that's pretty cool. But he's humble, and he's not like ever bragging or anything like that. The NFL saying that?
Yeah.
Like who at the NFL?
The comms teams for the Eagles and the Dolphins. And then the people specifically that he named that he said he worked with.
Got it. I don't know necessarily the football stuff.
Okay.
You know, I don't have relationships in the football world.
Sure.
But in the business world, you know, we've definitely, you know, talked to multiple people.
The plot thickens.
Indeed. This is a thick plot.
Eddie,
and by a thick plot, I mean Logan Paul's management and everyone involved who hired this guy.
Stupid.
You are thick to employ Eddie Ibanez.
For people who are apparently very good businessmen, right? How do none of them do any form of actual research or background checks on these people?
Considering the guy's like, oh, I worked for the Philadelphia Eagles. Why didn't you just contact the Philly Eagles?
I won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, and he tricked the New York Yankee owner into becoming a yes man for him.
He is the thickest person out of all of it because he has the means to do due diligence at the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees clearly they didn't do due
But
diligence.
then Eddie Ibanez also is like, big of as a successful con man he is, clearly.
Yeah.
He also comes up with a story that has many holes in. Because if you turn around and say that you went through MIT graduate
CIA
into the CIA, that is clearly easily accessible to find out whether you did or you didn't, as the guy found out. that it was all an utter fabrication, and then the whole story falls apart. Right? You didn't go to MIT.
No.
Which means you didn't go into the CIA or FBI or whatever other government agency.
No.
You then somehow managed to apparently acquire a job on the analytic team for the Eagles.
Coming up with a KO system like in Street Fighter.
Don't get me wrong, in modern day sports, they do have designated teams to do their
teams.
Yeah, fatigue teams. But they have a specific background in that field.
Yeah.
So they get the best out of their
Players.
athletes.
Yeah.
All right. This guy went to MIT and CIA, which has zero relevance to
Sports
players
science.
being fatigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
not sports science. No.
Yeah. And even if you did, to come up with a KO system, are you absolutely sick?
Street Fighter.
Do you know, oh yeah, we came up with
Street Fighter
we came
as
up
an
with
analogy.
yeah, we came up with a Street Fighter KO system. Jog on, mate. Put yourself in the bin. Absolute waffle.
I don't understand how he managed to how he managed to lie about that for so long. And it's not even like he's got like small people on board.
No,
he's got multi-billionaire big businessmen. He's managed to con into believing his story. So he is bloody good.
Yeah.
At making people believe it.
Maybe not after
It's
this
such an
documentary.
easily exposable story, though. That's what I don't get.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like,
this brings up
everything's accessible, and like you say, if anyone did their due diligence, his entire story falls
nobody
apart.
has done so far. Like there has been so many stupid decisions. Like,
And even when confronted about him being
yeah,
fake,
his
he's
management
like,
team.
Oh, I don't care if that part's fake. These people vouch.
Yeah, but
for
this
it.
brings up another question, right? Because when Logan's management team got told about the proof that Ibanez's story was complete and utterly fabricated,
Yeah.
right? They just batted that off as if it was nothing. It was like, yeah, well, it was in sports. So in business, it's still been successful, right?
Yeah, which is like
But what I want to know is, did they know full well about this fabricated story beforehand and still took him on, knowing that he was so good at conning people and could get massive investors to come into the company?
they just used him.
That they just forgot about that and just used it to their gain.
Yeah.
Or did he legitimately con them into the same story he's
Knowing
been
full
conning
well he's
everybody
going to
else?
con some money, big money out.
Yeah, I want to know whether they just turned a blind eye to it or whether he done his usual job and conned them into putting him as head of development.
Considering this guy ain't developed shit.
No, that's what I'm saying.
This guy ain't
Even
got
with this
nothing.
fabricated story, like, how does that make him a key asset
Yeah. At best,
as a fucking head developer?
At best, he's not a lead developer because Geezer can't develop anything. He never went to MIT.
No,
What's he gonna develop?
but if he sold them the same story, then they would have thought that he had gone to MIT.
Yeah. But like, say he's doing his job, right, as lead developer. What is he developing? He don't know how to develop a code.
Yeah.
He's dumb as two sticks.
And then this
geezer.
also goes back to the developers not getting paid, right? Did Ibanez get paid?
Yeah, because the developers.
Because
were
there's
saying,
no point so far that Ibanez has mentioned that he's not getting paid. And if he's this guy that he says he is, you wouldn't hang around for long without being paid, right? So I think he's getting paid because he's the head developer.
and he's meant to be paying
And
the
the
other
rest of the developers ain't getting paid jack all, mate.
because he's pocketing the money. Yes, my man Ed's.
Like, personally, I think they've turned a blind eye to his fabricated story. They
got
knew
pound- they've all
they
got
knew
pound
there was
signs.
holes
Yeah.
in it. Yeah, they've
They've
just
all
gone,
got dollar
money,
signs.
money.
Yeah.
Because
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have him on the project. If you wanted your project to succeed, you wouldn't have this person
Yeah.
on your project. You would want somebody who's developed shit before.
I don't believe Logan Paul's that naive.
Or
that
his manager.
He would have no idea about
I think they know.
this guy.
I think they know.
But this just, this guy is such a con artist straight off the bat.
100%.
Is he going to be the one pulling the strings without them even realising? If he's that good at what he does,
maybe
he's going to be manipulating people left, right, and centre without him even knowing.
Yeah,
because he's managed to get multi-billionaire investors involved. So if they're that easily manipulated, how easy is it to manipulate the rest of them? It's madness.
But now the web gets even bigger.
It just goes on and on and on, mate.
Your favourite character from this whole shenanigans. Explain to the audience, please, Carl.
Well, the next clip we're going to be running is going to be introducing our next suspect, which is some Jeff Bezos looking mother sucker.
He does look like Jeff Bezos.
Literally looks like Jeff Bezos, just a Wish version. Yeah.
Who claims Crypto King. First, there's your first red flag. Crypto King used to be the Pokemon card king. So red flag right there.
And you don't, Crypto King, like you just know there's going to be some stuff going on in the background.
And if he does know crypto, he probably knows more than Logan Paul at this point. So
yeah, and now we throw Jeff Bezos, aka Crypto King, or Wish Bezos.
Wish Bezos. I like that. Wish Bezos,
aka Crypto King.
He tells the truth.
Yeah. Into the cauldron of shenanigans. Like this just goes on a whole nother level because this guy is a shady guy at best. Yeah. Right? Eddie Ibanez is a shady guy at best.
Yeah. But at least with this shady guy, he seems to actually tell the whole truth because he's caught out.
Yes and no.
Yeah. But we shall see. We'll run you the clips.
This is the introduction of Wish Bezos.
I'll be able to show you that I was giving B&B to the whole team. I will also be able to show you that I was a 5% holder of the Zoo tokens that I was promised to be given over the 3-month period was never given. I can also show you that I was frozen out and was never given the 15 billion tokens back that I paid for in cash. So
okay.
I'll show you all of those things on the record, and then you can also say that I did sell, which is also true.
Yep.
Well, as long as it's accompanied with he was a founder that was supposed to be given 5% of the project and was never given the token or paid, worked for almost a year on the project. As long as that goes in with it, then at least that tells my side of the story so people understand that it's not like I was trying to rug a project. It's like I put $250,000 into a project plus 6 months of time, and the founder never did anything he said he was going to do, and then hired a bunch of devs that didn't do what they were going to do. And every time I gave advice, the advice was I was told to fuck off. So it can be that story, or it can be he sold all this amount and he got in early. Well, yeah, that's like 1% of it though.
And pretty early on, it became clear this was all about money, how they were going to sell this thing to investors. In fact, Crypto King said he thought it was worth at least $20 million in only 6 months, saying the range is insane. $20 to $210 million. It's beautiful wherever we land. The team wanted to pre-sell tokens, and not everyone was sure it would be legal. Jake the Crypto King mentions that, quote, if we have a pre-sale, it opens us up to SEC issues. And Jeff agrees and says, don't want to do anything that brings the SEC eyeballs. So Crypto King comes up with a middle solution. He says, if we can't sell, no pre-sale. We can still trade them in the liquidity pool. And this is the start of a new disaster. We, the team, begin buying out the liquidity pool. Once the team has exhausted funds for the liquidity pool buying, we send the contract address to friends, family, investors who want to be able to get in. Because Crypto King had a relatively small role in this whole project. He was the advisor, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Like you can see from the internal meeting notes, they have a breakdown of who's getting what in terms of founder tokens, saying, guys, new and absolute rules. No one is to sell or transfer any zoo. Logan's gonna make the call when we can make moves. And Logan replies, your tokens do not leave your wallet. This is a game.
I've got a headache.
Trying to take in all of that.
Right.
So I will give my best, and I am no crypto expert, but I understand a little bit about crypto, to decipher the information from those clips. First off, Crypto King is clearly the most knowledgeable person about crypto on this team, period.
Yeah. That seemed like that was a good move getting him as an advisor on their team. Seemed.
But it seems as well, from everything we've seen so far, that everyone is just out to con each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about conning you guys with CryptoZoo not working. They're more interested in the money prior.
Daggers flying everywhere, mate.
And wish Bezos. The thing that gets me is this stealth launch of a coin. So they're like, oh.
Yeah, well, that straight, as soon as I heard that, straight off the bat, mate, what?
The only reason they did it is because.
So that they can get ahead of the game.
A, ahead of the game, and B, legally they can't get in trouble.
No,
because
but I don't understand that because they can literally stealth launch their game, right? So pretty much no one knows about it unless you're doing,
crypto.
Unless you're like
got your notifications on. All new coins hit the market. Then you don't know what the.
So pretty much nobody's going to know about it, and they're going to buy up all the tokens before the game's even been launched. Which means then when it gets launched, they can sell them for mad amounts of profit.
Yeah, because there's no liquidity.
How is that legal in any way, shape, or form?
It's madness, isn't it?
I don't understand how that works because anyone would do that.
I think a lot of people have done it.
Like, how would you not do that? You've got, well, I'm going to go and buy tokens for next to naffle.
Yep.
And then sell them for 100 times the money that I've put in.
Yeah.
Like,
which is why they didn't do a pre-sale. Because if they did a pre-sale, as we saw, they're telling their investors to hold. You can only sell at these points. That is insider trading. This is the entire definition of insider trading.
So they could buy up all the coins, but they weren't allowed to sell them up until launch day, basically.
Which is insider trading, which is why Crypto King said, don't do that because you go jail.
Yeah.
So he said, launch them, don't tell anyone, we'll buy it up. Because only we know about it, we're buying it up. It's not really insider trading. 100% is, but in legal terms, it's not. The fact that, listen, even if someone's like your friend, right, they're not your friend. These aren't your close friends. They're all out to make a quick buck. And the fact that Crypto King knows everything clearly shows because when stealth launch day happens and 200 grand and most of the market gets bought up by random bots.
It's rather coincidental that the so-called Crypto King who suggested the alternative suddenly comes up with it's just coincidental that these problems suddenly arise and he's just so nonchalant about it.
It's a bot. It's a bot.
It's a bot. It's just investors that have managed to find it. Like, don't worry.
Turns out it's probably his bots.
Yeah, straight up, mate.
And the fact that
he's got 5 wallets that are just buying up coins.
That are in his name.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is, right, is that he then turns around and sells all the tokens that he's buying up that he's been told not to sell by Logan Paul's told him not to sell them. He's then selling them tokens back to these other 4 Muppets that are sat there buying up all the tokens.
And then they don't even know.
He's literally making money off of Logan, Eddie, and
everyone else. Yeah.
Who's got access to the tokens. He's literally buying up all the tokens at a faster rate than they are and then selling them tokens back to them, making silly money and then still keeping tokens in the back in another wallet that he's then going to sell on launch day and
he's going to make mega bucks.
Make silly money.
To be fair, he has already made mega bucks. 200 grand into 6 million.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't.
But in doing so, he crashed the market from, what did they say, 126 million down to
140. No, it was
it was in
120 million down to 40 million.
Like that.
In 2 hours.
Like that. And he's like, oh, it's all right, my buyer put in 40 million. There was no buyer for 40 million.
Clearly, Logan and that realised who had fucked, who had buggered the market. because they then turned around and tried freezing him out of it completely and making his tokens completely inaccessible.
Launched a version 3 of the token.
Yeah, and they blacklisted all his wallets. But what they didn't know is he's not stupid.
He's got many more wallets.
More wallets that they had no idea even existed of these free trading tokens that they couldn't blacklist.
Yeah. And they gave him back his blacklisted tokens eventually anyway.
So he's just win-win. He's just sat there laughing. The funny thing of it was, previously in the last clip, it said... Oh no, sorry, not in the last clip. Previously... Wish Bosos.
Wish Bosos.
What the fuck? I forgot. Crypto King, right, previously turned around and put all the blame on Eddie and been like, he's completely to blame for the failure, for launch, for absolutely everything.
Which
he's completely to blame. He got removed from the team. In come new developers. They leave instantly.
Yeah.
So clearly,
they can
he's
see
not
the shit
completely to blame. Yeah.
No. But he probably knew Eddie couldn't do his job.
Oh, no. He basically... I reckon he see Eddie as a problem to his scheme.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's had
like,
this scheme
he's a con
going
man
on
and I'm
from
a
the
con
very-
man.
Yeah, exactly. So
This is
he
what
had
happens
this
when two
scheme
con
going
men
on
meet.
from the very
They do
bloody
scissoring
beginning.
in the dark.
I thought Eddie Albanese was a fucking shady character. But
Crypto
as soon
King
as they
takes
brought
a
in Crypto
big-
King, it's just a whole nother level.
Even looks shady. Nobody has a head that shiny. Do you know what I mean? You don't walk around like that, like, you know, and be a genuine dude, because you ain't getting well, actually, he probably gets loads of bitches. He's got more than 6 million.
But it's funny that like Logan Paul's spitting chips because he's gone from 120 million to 140 mil in 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who's come up with the bloody scam scheme to stealth launch.
They were
in
all
the first
part
place.
of the scam to
Yeah.
stealth launch. So
They
you got
have
scammed.
all of them have to accept accountability.
Yeah, they were attempting to scam their eventual investors on launch day.
Yeah.
And they got scammed.
Why else would you
in
stealth
the pre-scam?
You would only stealth launch to
Scam.
stealth launch to scam to
Scam,
get ahead
scam.
of the game and earn money that other people are not going to have the chance. Like
No.
you've manipulated the market
big time
to the max.
Yeah,
I don't understand how that's not illegal.
it may.
Like Logan turning around and saying to the investors that you can't sell the tokens you buy is illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
But buying up all the tokens on
Is
a stealth launch isn't.
No.
Is it just me or is that like completely backwards?
They're both illegal. Just one in a legal context is 100% illegal, and the other one's just frowned upon as a scam.
It makes me giggle so much how Crypto King had this scheme all along, and then conveniently bots just appear and start buying everything up.
Yeah,
and it was him. Then he got clocked. Then he got frozen, or apparently got frozen, but then ended up getting all his money back. As well as the tokens that he had that they didn't even know that he had.
Yeah.
So
and then he sold them in the open market on launch anyway.
Yeah.
Because he knew the project's crap. I'm just going to sell my coins. Everyone's like, oh, well, this coin. And he's in the background like, yeah, you don't even know nothing.
I've got 20
8 billion. 8 billion Zoo tokens. So if the
I've
open
got
market...
so many bags that you don't know about, mate.
So if the open market pushes it up, he's like, yep, sell. This is going south.
Yeah.
He knew all along. So that's like insider trading.
And the funny thing is, the one who's going to get all the shit for it is going to be Logan.
Yeah.
'Cause he's the face of the company. He's the one who introduced it to everybody.
Yep.
Even though I'm telling you now, Eddie was purely hired. They knew about his dodgy background.
They wanted the investment.
They purely hired him to get these big money investors
100%.
into the company.
100%.
And then they got Crypto King
because he knew
to earn them even more money to tell them the loopholes of how to get in and out.
Yeah, he was the intelligent one with the crypto.
Yeah. And he's ended up... There's no way he hasn't earned any money out of it. But he has also been conned out of a hell of a lot more than what he's actually earned.
Yeah, like behind the scenes.
Right?
There
And
was
this
like,
is not even the end of it.
Yeah, behind the scenes, there was like con after con.
Yeah. Like all them guys put together was never going to end in
it's like a den of
sun
thieves,
and
isn't
rainbows,
it?
mate. It was never going to be a happy ending.
Like a den of thieves.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to stab me first?
It's like a game of bloody phones,
Yeah.
mate. They're all literally trying to murder each other.
It's like a game of crypto.
Yeah.
Featuring Logan.
But now,
Paul.
Crypto King's just going to go and be invisible again.
Yeah.
Eddie's probably going to go tell another million people that he's an orphan.
Yeah.
And
He's
well,
probably
now he's
changed
just
his number
now his
already.
name's going to be Ibanez Eddie.
Yeah. His name was never Eddie either. Like, here's the thing. How, like...
Logan's going to be buggered, mate.
Yeah, because
he's actually turned... There's been proof, like, them leaked...
Yeah.
Like, communications
saying,
of him telling the investors
sell.
not to sell.
You can't
Like,
sell. I
this-
sell
yeah,
first.
inside trading, highly illegal. He is going to get persecuted.
And none of
for
the
that.
others are all paid or employees.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
They're not
They
in
have
trouble.
no legal ramifications.
None.
Other than their dodgy
dealings.
But
But
there's
their
no
dodgy dealings were just that, dodgy.
It's still legal.
It was all legal.
Logan is going to be the scapegoat of it.
And his manager.
Don't get me wrong, he deserves it to a certain extent because he conned a lot of people out of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, yes, your game failed. Fair enough, it happens. But you didn't take it down.
No.
You let it carry on for a year with people still investing into the game with no chance of that game being fixed. I cannot sit here and believe
I reckon they
that
didn't
he is
even
completely unaccountable
No,
for
no,
it.
no.
He had no idea.
I think they didn't. It probably got to the point where they didn't even care about the game. They were more concerned about the value of the tokens.
Yeah,
that they
because
could
it's
sell.
like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
You'll set it up so it looks like the most sellable money gaining thing in the world, knowing full well it is going to fail very quickly.
You think,
and you're going to make a quick buck.
They spent $1 million on development. Let's say the game did work. Right, the game did work. They spent $1 million. They don't care about the game. They've got 140 million that they can sell from $1 million.
Yeah, but then you think about it. If you actually, like, in the long run, this is where it's down to making a quick buck.
Yeah.
Because in the long run, if you make this game successful, the potential evolvement...
You're printing money for life.
Yeah, the potential evolution of the game is endless.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that you could do with the game.
Even if they just started taking a percentage of transactions.
Like, if they had the right team and the right investors, they could literally make the game a global game changer.
Yeah, because it would be like...
pardon me.
It would be like a Pokemon, but crypto version. Not with Pokemon, but with animals.
Yeah. So that's why it is clearly this is the reason why they didn't do the research and their due diligence, because it was purely just to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Knowing it was going to fail.
Didn't
and
care
then
about long
just
term.
Yeah, just like, I've apparently lost money in the global eye, when in the background they've just made stupid amounts of money. Not as much as I was expecting because of all the backstabbing.
They thought
But
they all,
still made-
they all thought they were going to get 100 mil each.
Yeah.
No.
But then now they've had these leaked messages. There is no way that Logan is going to get away with this without some form of
there is
legal
going to be some
ramifications.
there is going to be somebody who invested in the project
Yeah, for sure.
who's an actual billionaire
Yeah.
and who's like, I'm not
For
taking
sure.
this lying down, and they're going to take him to court.
But then are the investors going to get their money back?
No,
Because
no. You want to know why?
people get sued by the government or something like that, or even get jail time
Yeah.
because he's done the illegal insider trading. But the actual investors that have put in all this money in before the game even got launched,
Yeah.
they are not going to see a penny.
No, because technically,
Because
they
it's the
can
whole
still
point-
sell their tokens into the open market.
Yeah, and it's investment. It's the gamble you take.
Yeah, and the value's gone down. So you still have your initial investment in terms of quantity, but not in value. There's that, but like you said, that's the risk you take with investment,
Yeah,
guys.
any investment you put money into is a gamble. You're either going to win, you're going to lose. You don't know.
No. And you can't sit there and be like, oh, it's their project. Listen, there's a lot of these investors invested in it because it was Logan Paul, not because it was a good project.
Yeah, it baffles my brain how a crypto-run game is headed by a social media superstar
Known for scamming.
He's done very well on that genre, right?
Yeah.
That style.
Yeah, we'll give him his due. Prime,
Yeah.
everything else.
He's
done
very,
really
very
well.
good at selling these products. But you're investing into a crypto game, which he has no idea what he is doing. And the people backing him had no idea what they were doing,
Yeah.
other than when he got Crypto King.
Yeah,
as an
other than the
assistant.
guy that was going to con the whole lot anyway. It just baffles my mind.
But it's like it's a default thing that Logan does as well, though. He just does. He doesn't accept accountability.
No.
Like, he's done it before.
Yeah, he did. If we go really far back with the whole Japan thing, even in his apology video, he didn't really take full accountability.
No.
It's just problem after problem
He's
after
just-
problem.
Like he blames people
But that
beforehand.
is that.
Even when this game failed, the first thing was, "Oh no,
Devs.
it wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Like it wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It didn't launch as
Yeah.
it's expected.
I'm sorry, one of my business partners scammed us out of loads of coins in the background that you didn't
He
know about.
scapegoated the development team, and the fact they run off with the code was an easy excuse to go, "Oh, that's why the game."
It was the
failed."
least of their problems, as we found out.
Right, this whole thing is just mad.
Yeah, with everyone behind the scenes throwing their money around like Skittles.
But that's just investment in general, mate. You never see what goes on behind closed doors. You
'Cause you
just get
wouldn't- yeah,
advertised the
yeah.
final product that's like, yeah, this is going to make you money.
Yeah, because if you
Yeah,
saw what
it
went
is
on
like a
behind
pool
the
of
scenes,
sharks, mate. They
yeah, if
are
you
all-
if you saw what went on behind the scenes with this lot, you'd run a mile. You'd be like,
Straight
"What?
up, mate."
No, thank you, not for me.
But the funny thing is now, right, is this is going to be a learning curve because there could be developers out there that now know how to make this game just in a much better way.
Because he copied it from somebody else, Crypto.
Yeah, because the initial code wasn't a completely new invented
and he took
code.
the entire idea.
It was a
from
base
another
code
game.
that was then modified.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
There's
So
gonna
if
be more
someone is
intelligent
smart
people
enough
out
out there, yeah, and actually do it the right way, one, they're going to make him look completely stupid, and two, they're going to show him how to do it and be successful about it without having to con thousands of people out of millions of dollars.
yeah,
Like,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Logan Paul drives me mad because he is very good at what he does, but then he does these things that make him look so untrustable. Like
Yeah, I 100% agree with what you're saying because
he comes across as a nice guy and he's very good at what he's done for many years.
Yeah.
But then he does these things and it makes him look like he is literally just...
yeah, and it's not like
he is the complete opposite of what he portrays
and it's not
himself
like
to be.
scams or crypto scams are uncommon. They're bloody common between influencers and the general public, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's like, surely you would have put a safeguard in to be like, I don't want to be put in that box. But no, he thought, just like all the others, quick buck, I'll make more because
Yeah, but
I'm
then that's
Logan
also
Paul.
where he's his own biggest downfall.
Yeah.
Because he's such a social media superstar, right? If he's got a product or a business that he's advertising, he's going to ham the advertisement out there, big it up,
Yeah, as we
blah,
saw.
blah, blah, which is what he'd done. But when it fails, it backfires straight on him because he's the one who's been going out there, going ham, talking the big talk, saying it's going to be
genuinely-
the next greatest thing. And then while this game was failing, he was also making another project on the side.
Yeah, there weren't even
So
anything
there
to do
weren't
with
no
crypto.
time being spent on like fixing the bloody problems.
He was getting paid by Polaroid.
Yeah, which goes back to what I just said about the trust.
Yeah, the
Right.
trust element.
Yeah,
There is none.
But the thing is, his image only gets hit so much because the fans are all about his social media side of it. They don't give a fuck about these people being conned out of millions of dollars as long as it ain't them.
Yeah, no, you've got a great point there. Because most of his audience probably didn't invest in it because they were like, oh, it sucks. Or I know nothing about crypto. I'm not getting involved, even if it's my boy Logan.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing is, not even his close friends from the podcast even invested in it.
Yeah, that's actually a bloody good point. Did any of his best friends or his close friend circle even get involved? I don't think they did, mate.
No, none. Because they looked at him and thought,
one, you don't want to potentially lose money.
Yeah.
And two, you also don't want to get dragged into the
mess
crap that has just happened.
Yeah. And the fact that, like you say, he's just silent. Well, technically, he's not silent anymore. Geese has come out with not an apology video. It weren't an apology video.
No.
It was an attack video on Coffeezilla.
Yeah.
But since then, he's removed it. It was up for like a day or two, and then he removed it and did an apology tweet.
Yeah, but then that just makes you look even dumber. Because you've come out and attacked the person that has exposed you, right? Who's done the investigation and exposed you. And then you've quickly realised that's going to hit your image even more because that's like backing an animal into a corner. It's going to bite. Like, he's bitten at Coffeezilla. And then now he's realised it's going to affect his image. So he's, no, I'm going to backtrack.
100%.
Apologise.
I'll quickly summarise the video. Because it's been taken down, I'm not going to put any clips because he might remove our video. So essentially, all he did is, all the points we've discussed, he basically attacked those points and said, that's not true. That's not true. I'm going to sue you.
It wasn't me.
It was all this person. It was all that person. You failed to ask this about this person. You didn't do this. You're a failed journalist. I done some research into you. You're not a very nice person. You're a liar. You're this. You're that. And I'm going to sue you.
So it's basically the same as what his management team done during Zilla's investigation.
And then obviously he got a big backlash from people like, listen, what you're saying, Logan Paul, is untrue. You're an idiot. And he took the video down and then did a tweet. Didn't even do a video, a tweet saying, look, I'm not going to sue him. I retract everything I say, blah, blah, blah. We've now paused the game. Hallelujah. Because you can't make any more money from your shit game.
Well, roll on the next project.
You know what I'm going to do next weekend, Carl? I'm going to invest in my crypto project after all of this. Listen, if this...
I'm staying as far away from
this is
crypto
the biggest
as I possibly
advertisement if you don't know crypto, stay out. And if you do want to get involved in crypto, do your due diligence on the project.
Or any investment project that you want to get involved in. Make sure you do your bloody research, because otherwise...
You lose your backside.
Yes.
And only invest what you can afford to lose. Hats off, I've got to give it to Coffeezilla. I've watched his videos before, and I thought they're very well done. This is probably the most well done one I think he's done.
Yeah, I thought he looks very professionally done as well.
Yeah, he deserves a lot of credit for this, so thank you, Coffeezilla.
Yes.
Also, if you've made it this far to the video, maybe you're Coffeezilla. Please don't strike my video, or if you do, please just take all my revenue and leave it up. We don't care about the revenue. We don't make anything anyway. So
yeah, we just enjoy discussing.
Yeah, but we like to give you guys context of what we're discussing, unlike other podcasts.
The thing is, like, we could sit here and waffle to the end of time, right? But without any clips or context to the discussion, it makes a lot less sense.
Correct.
So, yeah,
we want to give.
There may be people out there that's going to turn around and say, "Oh, we've just copied Coffeezilla's video," right? But he's given the best context out there to use.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want to say, then that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But that's not the way we done it. It's not us trying to be lazy or create a fucking...
We just want to give you guys the best viewing experience possible.
Yeah.
Because you're viewing this on YouTube, which is a video.
But don't forget, we don't just do drama. We also do the people that are trending, popping off. We love to delve into...
We like the good stuff.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Yes.
We like the history of channels. We like to find new channels that are popping off.
Yeah. And at some point in the future, we're also thinking about doing a conspiracy corner.
Yeah. It's going to be more like a, what would you call it? Like a documentary style podcast conversation.
Yeah. And everybody loves a conspiracy.
Cole does.
I love a conspiracy.
I also do.
brings up so many questions and possibilities.
It's
But
another
that's
avenue.
that's for the future. That's for another time.
That's what you got to look forward to.
Yeah.
That's why you should hit the subscribe button. And on that note, I think
you
the
guys
time is running out on
enjoyed.
the cameras.
The battery's gonna die.
The batteries are going to die. So we'll see you another time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.